record or that everyone can listen to this one. So today we're discussing more about topic 21 and 22, which is all about soul making. So let me share my screen to you. We will talk about more about art appreciation and what is soul making. So we have here in Course Hero. I got this in Course Hero. I just checked it out on um, Course Hero. Soul making in contemporary arts. By the way, we need to get a question first before proceeding this to the main topic or the main idea about our discussion today about soul making. So use our comment section below to give your answer what comes into your mind when you hear the word soul making. So I would require everyone to use our comment section below on the YouTube channel to please write one word associating to soul making. Proceed. And we have here, what is soul making? So the word making in soul making comes out from the Greek word poia, which means to be the author or maker of something. So basically, you are the one who's crafting something about it. So you are the original one. So in philosophy, poiesis is activity in which a person brings something into being that did not exist before. The key phrase for this is did not exist before. That basically means you are the original one who crafted that idea or artwork. The reason for the term, for example, rather than a soul builder or soul grower, is that the emphasis is on creative, intelligent authorship. Emphasis is on the creative, intelligent authorship. So you are the author of what you made, of course. So the making is not done by a personal process, but by intelligent process. You know, when you look for ways and how to craft something, you use your imagination for it, and by that you are using also your intelligence. Dili basta-basta ang mag-craft of something, pag-himo of something, being creative. In order for people to make sense of the work, it would require an understanding the visual elements their art was grounded on, especially principles of design. No, the the lines, the shapes, all colors, the hues, and everything should be used to um, to understand what is visual art. So it is important to note that the audience of the artwork must have a certain level of awareness to the style, form, and content of the said work. No, on the previous discussions that we have, I'll let you critic an artwork based on the factual, no, or physical appearance of it, and the factual note of it, or where does this artwork came from. It is important to have awareness or understanding, or basically a knowledge on styles of art, forms of art, and content of the said work. Content by means of the principles of design. Next up, we are going to discuss more about. Uh, we will discuss more about soul making in terms of the classical period. In addition to what I discussed earlier, so we come up with this one. On this note, an additional definition about soul making. So it's an alternative venue for knowing ourselves and looking into the depths and real meaning of what we are doing for our everyday life. Or this is according to Narciso of 2012. So it is an exploration and application of imagination in an active way. Yeah, because you can say that it's an application of imagination. So basically, um, you plan it already in your mind and you're going to do it in physically. no, i-apply na nimo ang sinatun-an mo siya. So that is kind of soulmaking. Develop the artist in us, awakening the art in us that has been stagnant or undeveloped for numerous years. I believe that everyone of us is an artist in our own way. It's just that some artists, the well-known artists, have been really skillful because they developed that kind of skill. That's why we have now the subject art appreciation, not to develop or awaken our sense of artistry. So it is a form of crafting stories which are transforming brief moments into images, into which are using symbols and thus connecting with people, understanding culture, and embodying tolerance and peace. So we also have this one. So what is classical soul? So we're talking about here soul, sound, and structure. Basically, a soul making is divided into three from soul, sound, and structure. So first we have to deal with the classical soul, which is the radio format focusing on the soul music from the 1950s. Take note of this one, 1950s to 1970s, occasionally venturing into 1980s. So uh, we have here some genres from 1950s, rhythm and blues, artists such as Domino and Ray Charles, Newton, artists such as Temptations and the Supremes, 1960s soul music artists such as Otis Redding and Wilson Pickett, and we also have, I think you already know what funk and disco is, no? Funk and disco was kind of a soul, a classical soul. It's a classic soul. And the well-known artists for this are Cool and the Gang and Parliament Fundadelic. And for the disco, we have artists Earth, Wind, Fire, and Donna Summer. During 1970s, soul music artists such as Al Green and Barry White. So these are just an overview of what classical soul is. As we stated kanina, we have also the classical sound. So from classical soul, we also have classical sound. I said kanina that it was the soul making is divided into three. We have sound, soul, sound, and structure. So classical music is an art music produced. By the way, we have here, we need to first define what is a classical soul, what is a classical sound, and what is the classical structure before we can really understand what is the why do this kind of pieces um, are relevant in classical period. So we have classical music is an art music produced or rooted in the traditions of Western culture, including both liturgical, religious, and secular music. So while a more precise term is also used to refer to the period from 1750s to 1820s, the classical period. So this article is about the broad span of time from before the 6th century AD, that means after that, the present to the present day, which includes the classical period and various other periods. So the central norms of this tradition became codified between 1650s and 19,000. And in